all set?
Yep.
Okay. Very nice job. Really, really fine playing. I want to talk to you about a couple saxophone specific things because you're playing, your preparation of this, all excellent, good style, good everything. I liked your tempos as well. Everything was really good. So I'm hearing some things in your tone, some things in your sound that I think you can start working on immediately. I noticed, and this is related to it, I noticed when you went up to play high E flats and F, sometimes they whiff on you, sometimes they don't speak, right? That's a really common thing. Why do you think that is?
Not enough air?
You know, that's a common misconception. It's not really about the quantity of the air. It's about how focused the air is. Okay? Put your hand up in front of your mouth. Blow warm air. Okay? So you blow slow, you're open. Now blow cold air. What did you do differently to make the air cold?
It's more concentrated.
Okay, how?
Focused.
How did you focus?
I'm closing my embouchure and pushing faster.
Okay, that's part of it. You're also making your mouth smaller inside, I bet. Okay? Say the following syllables and say shh. Okay. When we make a sound like that, what we're doing is putting our tongue up high, getting it near our teeth, and we're condensing. We're making things small inside. So as the air comes out of our lungs and hits our throat, goes in our mouth, we've created a chamber that's smaller. The air is being accelerated. That's what makes it cold. It's speeding up, right? So a lot of times when you're in band and you're working with a band director, especially if they're a brass player, things like that, they'll say, oh, warm air, open, play open. We're trying to think dark sound open. But on woodwind instruments, it doesn't provide the correct airstream to get the reed vibrating at the right frequency. It ends up, things get kind of slow, kind of way down. So when we go to play those high palm key notes, they require a very fast, very focused airstream. Okay? You said more air, and I want to, and there's a difference between more air and faster air. Sometimes when we blow more air, we also speed it up a little bit, so it does help us. But if I go to play that high F, okay, so I'm not using more air. I'm using barely any air. I'm barely even exhaling. But the air is focused, so therefore the note speaks, okay? So why is this important? Because what happens is when our air isn't focused enough, we do something else on the saxophone to try to make it work. If our air is not right, we do other things to compensate, okay? So what we end up doing is we bite and we squeeze a little bit more to try to control the reed's vibration. So what I'm hearing is you are a fantastic player, all these great things you're playing, but you have this edge, this kind of buzz to your sound. And a lot of it's caused by a manipulation that you're doing here, a squeezing that you're doing here. And we do that to try to make things work. We're trying to get the horn to work for us. So the two things that we want to work on, one is we want to work on getting our mouth smaller inside, playing with that colder airstream. This is something that clarinetists work on. It's something that flute players work on. Work on condensing to create a focus of the airstream, okay? When your air is focused and when the tongue is close to the reed and everything is condensed like that, not only are we speeding up the air, but we're directing the air, we're focusing the air. When I had you say that syllable, that shh, okay? Not only did you put your tongue up higher and forward, but I bet the front of your tongue also became a little more arched. Say the shh again. Shh. Okay? See what the front of your tongue is doing also? Okay? So when we're in that position, now the air can be directed. Think of it almost like a ramp or like a funnel, directing the air toward the mouthpiece, like so. Once we're in that position, we don't need to do so much here. We tend to muscle this, we overwork this, and that's what creates a lot of our sound issues. So now I can have a much more relaxed embouchure that allows more reed vibration, that's not strict on the reed quite so much. And when I'm playing with that kind of focus, as I move my tongue, I can move the pitch all over the place, and I can tune notes this way, and I can do things. I've got total control of the sound and the focus of the air because of the way I'm set up. So when I set up with a really focused airstream, not only do the high notes play, I can allow all these other things to happen. Low notes are actually easier as well. Everything is working better because of the focus. It's like having a garden hose and the water's dribbling out. When we put our thumb over the end, it can spray 30 feet because we're creating a focus. We're focusing, we're pressurizing it. So that's what we want to do. Now, what that leads to is my point, which is we've got to get you to stop biting and squeezing so much because it's not only affecting your tone, but also when you're doing vibrato in the second movement, you're getting that buzz in your sound. There's that tightness, that buzz to it. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and you tell me if you recognize this. I'm going to play it, I'm going to squeeze a little bit, and I want you to hear what happens to the sound. You hear that little bit of buzz that comes in. So this happens sometimes when we squeeze. But the other time it happens is when you go to do your vibrato, and you're doing jaw vibrato, you're moving your jaw for the vibrato, what are we doing? We're pulling against our embouchure. Your embouchure's reaction to this movement that's happening, this instability, your embouchure tightens down even more, and so now you're going and there's that instability. Where instead, what we want to do is let the focus of our air give us the stability. Don't squeeze as much. Be a little bit more neutral, a little bit rounder here, using the side muscles a little bit more. So now you can do your vibrato without doing the squeezing. Okay, so I'll play it. Instead of and getting that, all I did was less pressure. I'm doing the same motion, but I'm not biting quite so much. You sound great. You're an outstanding player. Work on this now because it's a problem that everybody has. Everybody goes through this. But if we can get rid of some of that biting and squeezing, it'll take that edge out of the sound. Now the sound's better. Work on that cold air. Work on that smaller position. What I do with my students to work on a lot is have them play some of these front key notes, like the front F, which is a lousy note most of the time, front F sharp, front G, these kind of notes. If you can make those notes speak and you've got the right focus for those, then you're getting a focused airstream and you'll find you don't have to do so much here. And then all of a sudden, those notes become easy now because the focus is there. And same thing with low notes. When the air is focused, the low notes will speak easier as well, and you don't have to work so hard. It's not always about quantity, it's about the quality and the focus of it. So work on that because everything else, man, you're doing great. Working hard, practicing, playing difficult music, outstanding, okay? Just work on that now, that's the next step for you. Clear that out, okay? Great job.
Thank you.
Good work.